Okay, so let's go over the question and figure out some useful information. So Happy Jalapeno is a jalapeno supplier for the annual jalapeno eating contest. And the contract states that the contest organizer will take delivery of 10,000 jalapenos in 1 year at the market price. So we can know that they're delivering 10,000 jalapenos at the market price at year one, and so T equals 1 year. And it'll cost 1,000 to provide 10,000 jalapenos, and today's market price is 0.12. So we know that expense equals 1,000, and as of 0, today's price is 0.12 for one jalapeno. And we know that risk-free interest rate is 6%. And they take this hedging strategies as follow. So they buy a 10,000 0.12 strike put options for 84.3 and sell the same number of strike call options for 74.8. And both options are 1 year European. And um, they believe the market price in 1 year will be somewhere between 0.1 and 0.15 per jalapeno. And we want to know the range of possible profits 1 year from now. And to calculate profit, we need to know payoff and subtract this from and subtract accumulated value of expenses. So expense includes expense like cost and also a premium for buying a put and selling a call. So let's calculate the expenses first, accumulated value of expense first. So accumulated value of premiums, which is an expense, equals 84.3 minus 74.8 because we need 84.3 to buy a put option and we're receiving money for selling a call option. So we subtract 74.8 and we accumulate this to year one. And this equals 84.3 minus 74.8. 10.09. And accumulated value of expense equals, and for total expense, we need to add the cost for providing 10,000 jalapenos at year one. So we need to add 1,000 to the accumulated value of premiums. So 1,010.09 is the accumulated value of total expense. So we know this value for now. And for payoff, we have three different payoffs. One from delivering 10,000 jalapenos in 1 year. So this will be our first payoff, and second payoff will come from buying a put option. And third payoff will come from selling a call option. So let's calculate these payoffs. So as I mentioned, first payoff will be delivering, I'll just say selling 10,000 jalapenos. And the second payoff will come from buying 10,000 put option at K equals 0.12. And third payoff will come from selling 10,000 call at strike price of 0.14. And okay, and selling a put option, selling a 10,000 jalapenos will have the same payoff it'll be just 10,000 times S of 1 all the time. And I will divide the payoff into three different scenarios. Um, and I will divide these by the strike prices of the options because the payoff for the options differ by the market prices. So, for example, um, the payoff for longing a put equals maximum of 0 or k minus s of t. And this payoff for shorting a call equals minus maximum of 0 or s of t minus k. Okay, and I'll divide this by, so our minimum um, market price at year 1 is 0.1, and I will divide this by 0.12 because this is the the lowest strike price, and by dividing and using the next strike price, I will divide this by 0.12 to 0.14, and our last range will be 0.14 to 0.15, which is our maximum prediction. So, selling 10,000 jalapenos will always be 10,000 of the payoff will be 10,000 times S of 1. And buying a put 10,000 puts at k equals 0.12 should be, in this case, it'll be 10,000 times 0.12 minus S of 1. And in this case, selling a call at k equals 0.14 should be 0 because the market price is less than our strike price of call. So this should be just 0. And it will be 0 in this case as well because the market price is lower than the strike price of call. And in this case, this will be 0 as well for when the market price in 1 year is 0.12 to 0.14. The payoff for buying a put option will be 0 as well because it should be, the strike price is lower than the market price. So plugging in this formula, we get 0. And same when the market price is between 0.14 to 0.15. And we have a different payoff for selling a call option when the market price is between 0.14 to 0.15. In this case, we have a payoff of negative 10,000 times S of 1 minus 0.14. And when we add these values, we get a payoff. So these two cancel out. So we only have 1,200, and we have 10,000 times S of 1, and these two cancel out, and it becomes positive. So we have 1,400, and we're assuming that the market price of in 1 year is 0.12 to 0.14. So it should be somewhere between 1200 and 1400, right? Okay, so to calculate profit, remember we have to subtract the cumulative value of expense from payoff. So we want to subtract a cumulative value of expense, which we calculated in the beginning. So we want to subtract 1010.09 for all of them. And we get about 190, and this will be 190 to 390, and this should be 390. So the range of possible profit 1 year from now should be 190 to 390. So the answer is D.